Guys, 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 guys. Did y'all see when the Senate like held that meeting with like the head people of Mastercard and Visa? No, it was insane. No, like the fact that our Senate owned them was insane, and I loved it. Let me see if we could. Okay, no, this it was legit insane. Let me just move this here. There we go. Yeah, no, it was wild. It was wild. No, it's crazy to think. Zay Brinks, what's going on, man? How's your night going? No, it's just crazy to think. So obviously, the U.S. is in crazy debt, right? And the fact that so obviously it's illegal to have a monopoly, right? Visa and Mastercard are trying to create a monopoly. They own like 80% of the market, right? So the point where the credit, so these businesses get charged credit fees, right? And so the more volume that they do, like the big box stores, like Walmart, Target, and all them, right? They get paid a lower fee from those creditors from Visa and Mastercard. So whenever we swipe our card, they get charged like a fee, a credit card fee, right? Theirs are significantly lower than like the small business owners, right? And the reason for that is because it's Walmart and Target and all them because they bring in so much business. But it's really messed up because these guys' profit margins, as in Visa and Mastercard, are 50+%, and they're just messing up our society by causing so much debt where it's like a little over $1 trillion that those two cards have created for us. $1 trillion in debt, and these guys have 50+% profit margins. Yet the American people are in crazy debt because of them. That's why. That's so wild to me. And so that's what this video talks about.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just on that point about Visa and MasterCard being successful businesses, I think you figured it out, haven't you? I mean, what's your profit margin, Ms. Kirkpatrick?
Circa 50%.
Mr. Sheedy?
Slightly higher.
It's higher than 50% profit margin?
Slightly higher than MasterCard, yes.
Yeah, that's incredible. 50%
That's wild.
profit margin. I mean, that's absolutely unbelievable. What's the answer to the Walmart question, by the way, that Senator Welch posed to you? What's Walmart's interchange fee that you negotiate with them?
I don't have it with me today.
You don't have any idea whatsoever? Is it higher or lower than 2.5%?
Walmart negotiates their rates based on the business that they do with us.
Meaning they're big, they're really big, they're gigantic, so they get a better deal than Mr. Callahan or most small businesses in Missouri. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, Senator, we have volume discounts that we offer to some merchants. I suspect Walmart is one of them.
It's wild.
I don't believe that it's
Wild.
commercially unreasonable to get an arrangement where, in exchange for more volume, a merchant can qualify for lower rates.
Well, I'm sure it's not commercially unreasonable for Walmart, or certainly it's in their financial interest and in yours, but I doubt it's in Mr. Callahan's financial interest. And my question to you, Mr. Callahan, is when you've got Walmart and other major competitors getting charged much less than you are, why in the world would you stick?
So literally, these small time businesses are forced to stick with Visa and MasterCard because the consumers are using it, right? If you look at my two credit cards, right, it's Visa, right? Because it's convenient for the consumers. That's why they're forced to accept their conditions, their terms of service and everything. That's so messed up.
These guys. I mean, why is it that small businesses continue to
So
use
messed
Visa
up.
and Mastercard when you're getting charged so much more?
It's in my opinion, it's a matter of convenience for the customer, and customers matter to our business.
Maybe is it because that Visa and Mastercard are effectively monopolies? They control 80% of the market.
Certainly,
Which is illegal.
80% of the market. I'm just having a hard time understanding, Mr. Sheedy and Ms. Kirkpatrick. You have a business model. You're making over 50% profit margin. You are able to give the shaft to small businesses. Estimated cost to Missouri businesses from these fees is $1.5 billion. That's with a B, $1 billion a year. Why aren't all of these businesses running away from this model? Because they don't have a choice, because you control so much of the market.
That's wild to me.
Classic monopoly.
That's monopoly.
Yet your testimony here today is you don't want any competition. You have 80% of the market, but you don't want any more competition. I'm having a hard time finding that position defensible, let alone sympathetic. I mean, it's unbelievable the amount of money that you're making. It's unbelievable what you're charging small businesses and consumers, and yet your testimony is, please, we can't possibly have any competition. I mean, let's talk about what you're doing to...
So here's what I'm trying to get. At what point do they get hit with a fine? Because at that point, if you're controlling 80% of the market, you're a legit monopoly. And that's illegal. So I gotta do some digging, but they had to have gotten hit before they hit 80%. Like, there's no way that they didn't get hit with that. Because that's so crazy to think about. It's ridiculous.
Consumers who hold your cards. Last year, as I understand it, there were 726 million Visa and Mastercard credit cards issued in the United States. That's
a lot.
For every one person in the United States.
That's a lot.
Do you know how much debt is owed on your networks, Ms. Kirkpatrick?
We're not the bank, so we don't have visibility into that information. We also
They
don't
know.
have revenue from interchange.
They know.
Okay.
They know. They're supposed to know that.
Well, let me help you out. Let's have a look. It's $1.17 trillion.
That's wild.
$1.17 trillion is what consumers now owe on your credit card networks. Do either of you know what the average interest rate is on your networks? Mr. Kirkpatrick?
Senator, we're not the bank. We don't.
That's the crazy part. The amount of interest you have to pay for this.
Set the interchange.
That's what makes this be like makes me think, oh, this is just a scam. This is just criminal activity at this point. Like, look what this guy says, the amount of interest that are getting paid to credit cards. It's criminal.
I know.
We don't set the rate
from it, and you know. Do you know what it is? This is your business model.
We don't collect revenue from
Mr.
interest
Chidi,
rates.
do you know?
I don't, Senator.
I mean, do either of you read the newspaper? Forbes magazine just estimated last week that the average credit card APR in your networks is 28.75%. Average.
That's almost 30%.
29%. It's nearly doubled in the last 4 years. That is astounding. Absolutely astounding. And you just testified a second ago that you've got more than 50% profit margin, and yet your testimony here today is you can't possibly survive if there's any competition. How can that be true?
This is why we need competition, because of things like this.
Like we've never seen before in American history. Your profit margins are as higher than they've ever been. You have 80% of the relevant market in the credit card interchange fees that we're talking about, and yet you couldn't survive if there's any competition? What am I missing?
Oh, that's just criminal to me. Like, there literally has to be something illegal about that.